Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where you get 60 seconds to talk. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. October 17th was arguably the low point of the Leafs season. They lost to Arizona, who are not a good hockey team. Head coach Sheldon Keefe then said after the game, quote, "Our elite players didn't play like elite players." Some members of the Leafs brushed the comment off. Others did not. Mitch Marner did not. He not only talked about it privately with Keefe behind closed doors, but he also let the media know that the conversation happened. Said Mitch, quote, "He explained what he meant to say and how it came out," end quote. Some guys don't handle public criticism well. Others decide to try and make a point. Mitch Marner is the latter. Since those comments from Sheldon Keefe, he's played 22 games, and he's recorded a point in 20 of those 22 games. That includes a 2-goal performance Saturday night in Tampa, which extended his point streak to 19 games, setting a franchise record in the process. Mitch is playing like an elite player. He's making a point. Several of them, in fact. The Toronto Maple Leafs, just a heads up, are next in action tomorrow night in Dallas as they take on the Stars. Mitch Marner is on 19 points in consecutive games. He's going to look to extend that as the Leafs are playing some of their better hockey of the entire season. A couple other notes here before we move on. Again, the World Cup continues today. Japan will take on Croatia at 10 a.m., followed by Brazil taking on Korea Republic. That's a 2 p.m. Eastern start. And tomorrow will be another interesting day in the World Cup. Spain take on Morocco. Morocco were pretty impressive in the group stage. That is the early game. The late game will happen between Portugal and Switzerland. And the quarterfinals, just so you know, take place Friday. 2 games Friday, 2 games on Saturday. And we are getting down to the business end of the schedule. JD Bunkis of Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I can see him in my periphery. We'll see if the audio holds up. JD, you got me?
I got you, baby.
Yes. Let's get right to it. Marner's streak. Did Sheldon Keefe's comments spur this, or is that a bit too much of a take?
I'm not going to say that he spurred it all, because I always believe that player over coach. I'm always just player over
Valid
coach.
point.
But the two of them figured this out, right? A couple of weeks ago, a month ago, we were all talking about this, like their relationship might be fractured and maybe Marner needs to play less so he's fresh. And can they ever repair this relationship? And all of a sudden, you're getting these little snippets of Sheldon Keefe after games, and he looks completely plugged into this roster. He's moving Mitch Marner around. He moved him off of his buddy's wing, Austin Matthews, and he's still playing great. So, no, the two of those guys, whatever it is, the distribution of credit, I give more to Marner, but both of them are clicking right now.
The one thing I love about the Marner situation, JD, is last year, it was Austin Matthews' season, right? He was on the marquee, the 60 goals. We all know that. And Marner was 2, 3, 4 points shy of a 100-point season. He had an equally amazing year. I'm happy Marner's kind of getting his flowers here.
So am I. It's funny because right now he is the team's identity player over Austin Matthews, which is incredible because Matthews won the Hart last year. And part of this experience has not just been enjoyable watching Marner play the way that he has, because a lot of it has been surreal. Some of the playmaking, the vision, the confidence that he's playing with. I don't think we've ever seen him with this entire package. But I went back just, this last couple of days looking at Marner's statistics to try to see if, hey, can we find something statistically that's different about this guy this year? What is he doing differently? It's nope. He's the same. He was really good last year. Just people couldn't stand that a kid from Toronto wanted to also get money to play hockey. They viewed that as a front. And now it looks like pretty much that's kind of dead and buried. And on to the next thing for Mitch Marner. You're right. He is absolutely getting the appreciation for the world-class player that he is.
Yeah, dead and buried till April. Then the narrative changes again. But I'll say, go ahead.
Our regular season cups and our other cups. Okay, Toronto needs to win somewhere.
Yes, let Leaf fans have their November, December fun before the real what starts to fly. Quickly before we let you go, how many games does the streak go? What do you think? We're to 21, 22. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's going to keep on rolling. I think he's only missed a point in 2 of his games so far this season. Yeah. Again, he looks like a guy who's in a flow state. He's got the line mates that are doing it. He's got the power play to do it. I think that it's probably going to end within the next week. But I think it cracks 20. I think it cracks 21.
JD Bunkis, host of the JD Bunkis podcast. You can listen to it 9 to 11 weekdays on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, or download it in podcast form because it's a podcast. JD, good stuff. Appreciate you, man.
See you, buddy.
Not even the tech gets in our way of a great hit. Good job, brother. Good job. All right.